What it is, y'all, it's your boy Jones, and welcome to another episode of Jones of the Sports Podcast. Today, you see who we brought back up to the screen. My guy, E. What's good, my guy?
It's good. No more behind the scenes, I guess.
Yeah. We back on Front Street. We be showing faces now. This is what we doing all 2022. You feel me? But I had to bring you back, especially for what's going on down on this Sunday. And some things that's going on in the NBA, but we're going to touch on that at a later point in this episode. But what we really came here to talk about is football, Super Bowl, baby. Y'all know those that have been following me on Instagram and Twitter see all the posts that I've been having, all the questions. So we're going to get into that because I haven't answered all of them myself. And I will definitely make my pick today as well because it's been hard to make this pick. Even though there's an easy answer, this ain't an easy Super Bowl to pick. In my opinion,
it's not. You can't. Yeah, to me, it's not. It's
not
over in one direction. You know what I'm saying?
It really isn't. This one could go either way. So let's start it off with, what are your thoughts just in general on these two teams making it? Did you see these two teams making it? What are your thoughts on that?
Nah, I definitely didn't see this matchup. But this has been the best playoffs I've ever seen.
No question.
I think besides the first round, it was maybe 3 games that were blowouts, but every game is legit down to last possession. Some of the best football we've ever seen in our lifetime, at least.
Yeah, historical
shit. To say if anybody said they had the Bengals Rams matchup in the Super Bowl, they crazy.
Crazy as hell.
Even going into the playoffs, I didn't have this matchup. You could say the Rams were. It's not as surprising that the Rams are there as it is for the Bengals.
Exactly.
But listen, sometimes it's all about when you get hot.
Exactly. Especially in this.
Hot,
whoever gets hot during this time is going to be the one that makes it to this Super Bowl. When you look back at last year, the Bucks, they got hot at the right time.
I mean, if you look, to say last year, the Bucks got swept last year by the Saints. Go into the playoff game, everybody think, the Brady can't beat the Saints if they out of here. Look what happens. They go on win the Super Bowl. Look at the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback.
Exactly.
Me, being a Bronco fan, the year we did it, our defense played some of the best football ever. And it's whenever you get hot, you get hot at the right time.
The Giants, road warrior, and it's when you get hot, and if you can continue that consistency. So, like you said, no one expected to see the Bengals here. I for damn sure didn't. I had them losing every game this playoffs, but they definitely.
I don't even think. To be honest, I don't even think. I know I didn't definitely didn't have them to be a playoff team. Especially win the division.
Exactly. Like you just said, to have them even be in the playoffs is something that a lot of people probably didn't have because of that division, how strong that division is. It's a competitive division, so they're usually at the bottom of that. And it's not that I didn't think Joe Burrow would be ready for it. It's because we've seen glimpses of it last year. He had a pretty good start to his rookie season last year, but then he had the ACL injury and was out. I was not expecting him to come back this strong.
Yeah, because if you think about it, even drafting Chase, how many people's they're stupid, get him an offensive lineman. Why are you getting a receiver? You don't need a receiver. It's looking like that's his last year at LSU right now.
Right. Exactly. It's looking like LSU.
Football just look easy.
It's special. The Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, Cool, whatever you want to call him, Joe Burr. Joe Burr. I mean, the boy has definitely gained a lot of respect, especially from me and a lot of people, a lot of fans all over the world. So definitely shout out to him. Like you said, the Rams, a lot of people had them somewhat favorites as the season progressed with the moves that they made, getting Odell Beckham, getting Von Miller.
Not even that.
Those were when we started being like, okay, this team might have a shot.
If we're honest, before those moves, because those moves were made during the season, the offseason, just getting Stafford, we all thought, all right, they're gonna probably win that division. Then they started off hot, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew Stafford coming over as well, definitely gave a boost. It was, but again, like you said, didn't expect them to make it this far until midway season. I was like, all right. Once they got Von Miller, I was like, all right, they got to get there. They don't have a choice at this point to make all those moves. They basically mortgaged their whole future to the year 2027. 2027 is 2022, y'all. They got 5 more years till they get a fucking draft pick. 5. So, yeah, you bet the house on it, and you better fucking win it. With all that, you better win it. But it was definitely worth it to get there, at least. When you get all those special talents, Von Miller, ODB, I keep saying ODB, OBJ. I've been watching that Wu-Tang too much. But yeah, it's gonna be a special Super Bowl. But before I go on to the next thing, I am slacking in my macking right now, and we got to get to the first goddamn sponsor, because Jones for Sports sponsor. God damn it! So this episode is brought to you by Bet Us. Bet Us is one of the pioneers in the legal online sports betting industry and provides a safe, secure place for sports. For over more than 1 million clients, one of them being Gary Payton, if you can care for Gary Payton. Hall of Famer, one of those big guys, and I'm willing to bet with Gary Payton on that one. Not only can you bet on all sporting events, but you can also bet on current events, breaking news, politics, stock, weather, you name it. Bet Us got it. So if you're just a gambler, they got everything you can gamble on. You name it, they got it. You got money, put it on it. So might as well. Bet Us is one of those places.
Sports betting is legal in New York now. You might as well.
You're goddamn right. So if y'all are interested in Bet Us, make sure y'all DM me and click, or you can find the link on my social media accounts in my bio. So if you have any questions, DM me, holla at me. If not, just go and find those links and start gambling. Get to it. New York, especially if you're in New York, because it's legal now, baby. So go get that money. Go get that money, baby. All right, back into Super Bowl 56, SoFi Stadium, Rams, Bengals. I've been asking a lot of questions throughout this week. You've definitely seen them on social media, so let me go give you a direct question. Who are your X factors for the Bengals? Let's just start off with the Bengals. 3 X factors outside of the quarterback.
Okay. So obviously outside of Joe Burr, obviously Jamar Chase. Mm-hmm. Their offense when he has big games is just nasty.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's to say he isn't, and he's pretty much going to be guarded by the top corner in the league. So that's going to be a nice matchup.
Yep.
Outside of him, I think Joe Mixon's going to play a big role if the Bengals want to win this game. We all know Bengals offensive line isn't the best. Burrow's been getting hit a lot. So, I mean, the best way to, you can't stop a defensive line that consists of Aaron Donald and Von Miller, 2 Hall of Famers. The best thing you do is try to slow them down and tire them a little.
Yep.
Having a successful running game. And I want to say that tight end because he should be playing, but you don't know how healthy. So it's gonna have to be a guy like T. Higgins, who had a big game in the AFC Championship game, made a hell of a lot of games. So I'm gonna say either T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd. One of the secondary receivers for the Bengals have to step up because the outside of Ramsey, like the other corner, Williams for the Rams, he's good, but he could beat him.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got
I got
Mixon
Chase, Mixon, and Higgins.
and Higgins. I like it. I agree with all those. I'm gonna go with in order or from least to most important. Higgins. I think Higgins is huge, especially after what we saw last game.
He's
Chase,
a big target.
he is.
And I think the other corner for LA, he's a little smaller than Ramsey. He's smaller than Ramsey. So if he starts to kill, you might even have to see them have to put Ramsey over just, for height. And that could open up a game for Jamar Chase.
Exactly. It's gonna be very interesting how they play that because we know Ramsey is gonna follow whoever's killing it. Yeah, but he's gonna start off on Chase for sure.
Yeah,
but
no, it's all about the adjustments.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna start off with Higgins because Chase is definitely going to be I don't want to say locked up, but he's gonna have a tough outing starting off with Ramsey. And then if he starts to kill Ramsey, they're obviously gonna throw that double team. They're gonna put that safety over top. So Higgins is going to get his opportunities. He needs to cash them in order for them to win because he's gonna have the opportunities. And like you said, the other receivers as well. Number 2, I'm going with Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is going to have to run the ball and run the ball effectively in order for them to win this game. Go ahead.
One question. You said key factors. Is it for the whole Bengals team or just offense?
The whole team.
All right, so I'll take one of the receivers off, and I'll put a guy who didn't look good in the AFC Championship first half, Eli Apple.
Oh God!
Listen, he's gonna have to either guard Cooper Kupp or Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
he can't be burnt toast like he was the first half. If he could play how he played that second half,
I like that. I like you putting him on the X Factor because he's definitely gonna have to have a big game.
Exactly.
If not, he's gonna get cooked. He's got a tough fucking matchup, and he's been talking lately too. So he's gonna have to back that shit up.
He's gonna be guarding a guy who had probably the second best statistic receiving.
No, the best statistic.
The best, a triple crown winner.
Yep. I mean,
I always say second best because you know how some people are gonna mention he played more games than Megatron did. So,
Right. I get it. I respect that, but there's no question he had the craziest
season. Can't take that from him.
Yeah, he had an amazing season.
If he hasn't made it to anybody's top 5 yet, then we got some thinking to do.
So I said Joe Mixon. He's gonna have to get, I want to say, in somewhere between 75 to 100 yards for the same reasons you said. You're gonna.
I would say that he has to have at least 100 total yards. Yeah. Whether it's 30 yards receiving out of the backfield.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Scrimmage yards, basically. Yeah. Because the best way to slow down that defensive line is to run the ball. And the Rams have definitely struggled through sometimes this year at holding the run game down to a minimum. So that's the best way to keep those guys off of your quarterback, Joe Burrow. Not that it's going to worry him in any fucking way because the first playoff game against the Tennessee Titans, or second playoff game, maybe, he got sacked 9 fucking times and got up every goddamn time and tossed that damn rock and got them to the damn.
The only thing is, it was 9 times, but there was no Aaron Donald, Von Miller.
Right. It's definitely a different team, but still, just to be sacked 9 times.
Of course, yeah. So we got to see.
That means he's not turning over the ball in those sacks, which is very, very important, very huge for the Bengals, and he's going to have to continue that. That brings me right to my first X factor of the Bengals, that offensive line. You are going to have to take care not only Joe Burrow, but Joe Mixon. You're going to need those guys to be upright and stay in the game. Because if they're injured or they're getting knocked left and right, you have no chance. you don't have a chance besides the Rams turning over the ball. You don't have a chance if you guys are not going to be able to protect your quarterback and your running game. You're going to have to run the ball, keep those guys off of your quarterback, and try to make it a game. We know this is the biggest stage in sports. One of the smartest things to do is run the clock, especially when you're going up against a team that's superior to you. And the Rams are going to want to put up numbers. But a team that puts up numbers, you got to hold the ball. Time of possession is going to be important. So run the ball, offensive line. You guys are going to be the most important in my eyes for the Bengals' success
and
on that.
That's where to add to that point of them being good, when you get the 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, offensive line has to win those matchups to get those tough 1 or 2 yards. So you're not constantly 3 and out, punt. You got to have drives where it lasts long. Time of possession is big. Huge,
especially in this game.
Especially in these playoffs. Like,
yep.
And we could be having a different conversation here if Buffalo was if Buffalo would have killed some more clock.
Exactly. Absolutely. I know my Cowboys lost a few games because of that. We got a horrible freaking coach in Mike McCarthy who doesn't know anything about time management, but that's another conversation for another day. Now, Los Angeles Rams. Who are your X factors for the Los Angeles Rams outside of quarterback?
Outside of quarterback, which makes it easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Odell. We know all the attention is going to be on Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Odell has a chance to rewrite, re-image himself.
Yep.
And keep everybody's eyes. He's been quiet since he got there. Not saying like he hasn't produced, but he hasn't been drawing attention to himself.
Right.
Now's your chance. You wanted to win. You want to win. Do what you got to do. Be the Odell we seen with the Giants in his first 2 seasons.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Definitely Odell. So, and I feel like if Odell has a good game, that makes it easier on Cooper Kupp.
Yep. Absolutely. It'll definitely open things up for Cooper Kupp.
Got it. And my other guy got to go with my guy, Von Miller.
Yeah.
Former Super Bowl MVP.
Been on the stage.
We know the attention's on Aaron Donald.
Yep.
But let's not act like Von Miller isn't a Hall of Famer. Still doing it.
Yep.
He steps up in the big game.
Yep.
So he got it. I feel like if he's setting that pressure off the edge,
yeah,
Joe Burrow's going to have to step up in the pocket. Who's he stepping up into? Aaron Donald.
99 problems.
And then my third is the secondary, not including Ramsey.
Okay.
The other guys have to step up.
I like that.
Because yes, Jamar Chase is the number 1 receiver, but T. Higgins had a good game against the Chiefs. Yep. We know what Tyler Boyd can do. The tight end can catch the rock.
Yep. For sure.
So everybody outside of Ramsey got to step up.
I like that. I like how you excluded him too, because we know he's gonna ball out.
We know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And if he gets killed, if he gets toasted by Jamar Chase, that just shows you how good Jamar Chase is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Ramsey can definitely be got. He definitely can be got. So.
Let's not forget what Tampa did to him.
I was just thinking that Tampa
got his ass.
They got his ass, so it can definitely happen. My X factors for the Los Angeles Rams, starting at 3. I had this written already, and I kind of forgot what order I had it in. I'm going to start with. Who am I going to start with? I'm going to start with Cam Akers. Cam Akers, I think just as important it is for the Bengals to run the ball, I think it is just as important for the Rams to run the ball.
Something they struggle to do all playoffs.
When Cam Akers has a good game, the Rams have a good game because it opens up the field for all those amazing receivers they got now. So
I think part of him, like them not having the crazy running games, is Guy's still making his way back from Achilles injury. Like he's
I mean,
playing on an injury where he should only 7 months out, 8 months out. Like that's an injury that takes like a year and a half.
exactly. Like, dude is amazing. Just the fact that he's going to be out there is ridiculous. Like, he's been playing. It makes no sense for that guy to even be walking right now, let alone playing this game at a high level. So Cam Akers, I think the Rams are going to need to run the ball. That's going to be important for them because we know the Rams like to throw the ball. So in order to throw the ball without making the defense honest, you got to run the ball, and that will open up the play action, and hopefully you can get Coop a few plays. You can get OBJ, goddamn.
You could just say Odell.
I know, right? I should. You got what's his name?
Van Jefferson.
And then Higbee. I mean, they have receivers.
Well, they have weapons, yeah.
They have it all. So I think that's going to be important. Second, I will go with OBJ. He, for the same reasons you said, he's going to have a big game because Cooper Kupp is going to get most of the attention. He's going to be watched. He's going to be followed. He's going to be everything. But the thing about Cooper Kupp, which is very interesting, and I love the way that they use him, is that they move him around. They don't just keep him at that number one, the wideout.
Yeah, they don't keep him on number one. Because honestly, him in the slot
it's deadly. They put him in the slot.
That's nasty work.
It's disgusting. And now you got to think about what Odell's doing and everyone else. So it's pretty crazy. So Odell, just like the NFC Championship game, he's going to get his opportunities. He's going to have to cash them in. He has an opportunity not only to have a big game, but he could put himself in the Super Bowl MVP conversation.
He's very capable of having one of those games.
Very capable. So, OBJ. You were a Giant fan for 3 years. I hated the shit out of you because your career lifted off against my goddamn Cowboys with the goddamn catch. Y'all lost that game, by the way. But that's where it all began. Yeah, I ain't shit because I brought that up. Yep. You're damn right. Everyone forgets that they lost. But yeah, then he moved around, went to Cleveland. Baker ain't shit. And it didn't work out. And now he's in Los Angeles where I thought it was a perfect fit for him. And it's working out. So like you said, he has the opportunity to change, to give his image a new look, and now put a ring on that bitch. Odell really about to start dancing and acting up like a fool. We about to see the New York Giant OBJ that was doing wild shit, and y'all know.
We might see him. So you say we might see him on a yacht, shirtless with Tim's on again.
There we go. And this time we can't say shit because he's gonna have a ring on it. Yeah, can't say shit. So, OBJ, I wish you well, and I hope you have a great game. Number one, it's obvious. Number one, but he's 99. He gonna give Joe Burrow 99 problems if they don't motherfucking stop that man, because he is out of everybody in the Super Bowl, he is the best and he's the hungriest. I think out of everyone that I've watched, he seems to be the most hungry out of everybody to go get that ring, because we know how important this is for him. Not only with a ring, if he puts a ring on his finger and wins this Super Bowl and possibly gets a MVP, this will put him in rare category, rare form with the conversations of the greatest defensive players ever, not just defensive tackles, defensive players ever. He will be in that conversation. Not only will he be in that conversation, he will be top 3. For sure. No question about it. He's in that conversation. So I think Aaron Donald is going to be huge. I think this is important for him, especially after losing the first one. The defense showed up. that game. It's just the offense couldn't do anything. So now you got Matt Stafford, and all these other guys. You got to punch it in and make it happen. So those are our factors for the game. You got something?
No, I agree 100%.
All right. So those are our X factors. Now, who do you believe to win this damn Super Bowl?
All right. This is like one of the very few Super Bowls where I don't have a clear, like, I'd rather this team win and this team not. Because, like, part of me wants the Rams to win because, you know, it'd be good for Matthew Stafford. And I'm a Bronco fan, so I want to see Von Miller get another ring.
All right.
And then part of me, I like the Bengals. I just like everything. I like that Joe Burrow really don't give a fuck. Like, nothing bothers him. You know what I mean? Like, he's just cold. Like,
he is cold-blooded.
I'm like, you know, so I can lean in the way, but as of now, today, Friday, 9:38. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Why? Just something about when that team gets hot right for a playoff run.
Yeah, it's true. They have had the hot hand. They've had the hot hand.
That's just it. Because I feel like in all the games that they were close ones, it just felt like they always had control.
Yeah, no question.
Within the Rams, almost letting like, I thought Brady was going to do regular Brady shit. Let's be honest. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Another Brady move.
After that second fumble by Cam Akers, I said, here, that's it.
I was ready. And then I'm going to tell you the truth. Even the last game against the Niners, I'm like, it's not looking good for them.
Yeah.
So they took the lead, and then the Niners had to put the ball in Jimmy G's hands. Somebody I don't like because, you know, I lost a lot of money because of him. I was like, yeah, it's over. The Rams won. So, anywho, it's just I feel like the Rams make it a little too close sometimes. And then just, let's be honest, that kicker that the fucking Bengals got, I feel like he's almost like Justin Tucker to me. When he gets on, he's like, oh, this motherfucker's going to make it.
Yeah.
He's talking about a quarterback who has no fear. That kicker has no fear. He's just like, I got this.
That dude is automatic.
You know, so right now I'm leaning. It can change in a day. It can change come Super Bowl. Who knows? But right now, on record, I'm going to say I got the Bengals.
I like it. Score and MVP.
I had a score. I'm going to say 27-24.
27-24. I like it. MVP?
Big Bird, nigga.
Big Bird. All right. 27-24.
If it's gonna be that, I'm gonna say it goes to Burrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it would probably have to. All right. Now it's my turn for this pick, and literally for the past 2 weeks, I've been going back and forth.
Yes, exactly. To me, it's not even 2 weeks. It's like day by day. I'm like, I think the Rams got it. I think the Bengals got it.
It's fucking crazy because
I might have to just play it out in Madden.
Yeah. At first thought, you just like, obviously it's the Rams. I mean, the Bengals have no business even being there. But when you actually watch the Bengals and what they've done throughout these playoffs, it's like,
I'm gonna tell you,
that team is not even scared. They're not nothing. They deserve to be there. They've earned the right to be there, and they can win this shit.
What turned it around for me is the clamps they put on that Kansas City offense in that second half.
For sure.
Everybody wants to talk about Mahomes this, Mahomes that. Give the defense the credit what it did. They put the clamp on them.
Defense definitely showed up, and that's something that nobody's talking about enough. That's Bengals.
Against that offense,
they showed up in clutch moments, and they've done it throughout. That's why you putting Eli Apple on the X Factor list is good, because he's gonna have to show up for a damn show going up against Cooper Kupp, OD.
And that's it. And another thing, the Bengals have a good safety duo in Von Bell and Jesse Bates.
Yeah, Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's going to be real interesting. There's a lot of good matchups. I'm like you said, I could right now. I'm on the Rams side.
I'm not
but
mad. Yeah.
By Sunday at 6.
Yeah, you can wait. I'll tell you this. You
29.
might wake up. Listen, if you see Joe Burrow going into the stadium again with another iced out chain and Cartier shades, you might go, that's my Super Bowl pick.
For real. Like it could switch any moment. But right now, I'm going with the Rams. And the reason why I'm going with the Rams is because they are on paper, and on the field, they are the better team. They're the better team. They got the better talent. They have it all. And also, they gave up so much just to get back here. They wanted to get back. Sean McVay wanted to get back here so badly that he gave up his 5 years to get back here.
I'll say this. Better, yeah, you can say better. I'll say they're more proven.
Yeah.
Because the potential that Bengals team has is
absolutely no question. They definitely have.
I'll definitely say they're more proven. Yeah, they're more polished. They're more experienced in this sense.
Got vets. You know, a lot of those guys have been there already. They've had the experience. Sean McVay been there, so that's the reason why I'm going to go with the Rams, because I think that experience is going to help them. Sean McVay is going to be smarter on how he plays the game, because he had a conversation with Bill Belichick after that Super Bowl, and Bill Belichick told him what he did wrong. All right, you should have did this there, you should have that, blah blah blah. So hopefully Sean McVay is a lot smarter when he calls his play calls, and just how he manages the game in general. But I'm going with the Rams, and I'm going with the score of, what did I have? 35. Yeah, 35-27. 35-27. And this is how I think it's going to play out. I think the Rams are going to start off on fire. Bengals are going to start off slow, like they had throughout these playoffs. And the Bengals are going to come back, make it an interesting game, maybe even tie it. But the Rams are going to pull away in the end. That's how I think it's going to end as of right now. MVP? That's a tough one, because it could fucking be anybody on that damn team. You can go Von Miller. You can go Donald. You can go Ramsey. You can go Floyd. You can go Beckham. You can go Stafford. You can go so many fucking options. I'm going to go, I think it's going to be between these two players, Matthew Stafford or Aaron Donald. And I'm going to go with AD. I think AD is going to cause some havoc. And
real AD?
Burrow. And yeah, AD needs to act like this AD. Shit. But we're not even going to get into the Lakers. So that's not even, why did you even have to bring that up?
When you say AD in LA.
Yeah. But yeah, the good AD. Let's talk about the good AD. But yeah, so that is our Super Bowl picks for this weekend.
Oh, just one thing first, though.
Go ahead.
You know why I think it's going to be a close game, though? Not even because all the players been close. Let's not pretend like these coaches don't know each other. It was on the same staff in Washington together. They all come from that Shanahan tree.
There was a bunch of them. A bunch of them come from that tree, and they are all head coaches now. So it's Kyle Shanahan's definitely
three of them were in the fun with each other.
Exactly, absolutely. No, it's definitely. I think it's definitely going to be a close game. And why wouldn't it be? Because look how these playoffs have fucking been so far. Outside of the wild card round, every game has been close. So I've been loving it, and I hope it continues. I hope we see a great game. Obviously, we don't have any bearing on who wins. Doesn't matter. None of our teams are there.
I'm not even betting this year.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think I'm gonna bet either, besides on DraftKings, because it is legal in New York, god damn it, or on BetUs or FanDuel, but BetUs is definitely the one that you should use. So now You feel me? Now that we got our picks, and we're going to switch gears, but before we do that, make sure that y'all give us y'all picks. Who do y'all think is going to win, and who do y'all think will win Super Bowl MVP? So make sure you put that in the comments. We'll get back to y'all on that. Now, NBA, switching gears. NBA trade deadline finished yesterday. Things have been made. Choices have been made.
Did that happen? It was trading yesterday?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I wouldn't know that.
Your team.
I wouldn't know that.
There were some major trades. But since you bring it up, let's start off in Palm Trees, Los Angeles. The Lakers were possibly expecting to make a trade. We've heard some things about Russ. We've heard some things about THT. And now we sit here on this Friday evening and not a damn thing was done. My boy, my guy, my brother, E.
You want my full rant?
How are you feeling right?
You want the full season rant?
Give it to me, boss.
Okay. Everybody, whoever don't know this, you must be new. Everybody knows I'm a Laker fan.
Los Angeles Laker fan.
A non LeBron Laker fan. Mm-hmm. You know who my guy is. Right here. So LeBron got to take some of this because he's the one who wanted Russ. When you look at the options we could have had instead of Russ, Buddy Hield. Yeah. A guy who's playing at an MVP level in Chicago, and DeMar DeRozan. Mm-hmm. But LeBron said, nah, let's go with Russ. That's the guy. And in the beginning, I said, it could work.
Yeah.
It's LeBron. LeBron makes guys better. It could work.
For sure.
That shit didn't happen. Russ looking like he lost every part of his game.
Seriously.
Don't even attack the basket the same no more. The shooting shit. I don't even know what happened to his jump shot. He turned into Ben Simmons overnight.
Seriously. He can't fucking get a goddamn layup dunk.
Fuck, to the point where you're a former MVP that you got to sit down in the crunch time? Can't even make free throws. And we know fucking the Lakers can't make free throws because LeBron don't even make them. The only time we were winning was LeBron going off at 37, and then he got hurt. We were asked. AD still doesn't know why he's not healthy. Thank God he's back. And we shot ourselves in the foot taking that big contract to Russ. Had to sign nothing but minimum guys who Melo had spurts where he was okay. You signed Ken Bazemore just to be a cheerleader. You brought in DeAndre Jordan. He don't play. Dwight plays a couple minutes, but Dwight is always going to be in foul trouble. Yeah. Trevor Ariza, who? He's disappeared half the time. Kendrick Nunn hasn't damn near played. We thought let's keep THT over Caruso, and Caruso showed that was a bad mistake. Like this whole season's been shit, and then to be surprised they didn't make a move. And I already knew once they didn't make a move. I said before I watched ESPN anything when I got home from work, I said the Lakers comments are going to be, we're going to monitor the buyout market. Who's getting bought out that's going to help turn the season around?
Stupid.
And then I had hopes because they were talking with the Knicks to try to get Cam Reddish, who the Knicks gave up a first-round pick and don't even play.
Yep.
I thought, hey, let's get a first-round pick and let's let him play. But no, let's not. Because we think THT is something he's not. Let's get it. As a Laker fan, I wasn't big on THT in the beginning. I was hoping they would have traded him last year for Kyle Lowry. When they didn't do that, I said, what are they thinking? Mm-hmm. I don't know what they see that we don't. Is he cool? Is he good? He's a good rotation guy.
For sure.
LeBron, Pelinka, this is on them too.
AD too.
This whole AD, yeah, but AD's just AD, no, I'm talking about LeBron and Pelinka for building this team. AD for not being healthy, yeah. Like, I don't get it. And then the worst is you have Cameron Payne talking shit saying the Lakers are the worst team in the West. Cameron Payne, who just started playing good last year.
Exactly.
He was known for being Russ's warm-up dance guy. You got him talking shit. They need to step it up. And then not making trades, I'm not shocked. You can't move that Russ contract. As bad as he playing, who's going to take him? To say you was going to trade him, and this shows you how stupid, and I mean stupid, the Houston Rockets organization is to say, yeah, we'll take him for John Wall. Y'all just made that trade 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
Exactly. It's dumb. It's really dumb. But yeah, everything you said, agreed. But when you just look at, like, what the fuck happened, Russ? What happened? What the fuck happened to you? Because
maybe it was like real life Space Jam.
Huh?
Maybe it was like real life Space Jam. He touched the basketball, his powers went inside. He left that shit in like Oklahoma City somewhere that what's his name? SGA got?
Yeah.
Because Russ is, what the fuck?
Russ has looked horrible. As that he's just not as talented as he used to be. So yeah, he's got to change. He's got to figure out what he's gonna do going forward, because nobody wants him, not even the team he's on right now. So who knows with that situation. THT, I was big on him in the beginning. I was like, don't move him because his potential is ridiculous, and he still has that potential. But I think right now he's too immature to understand it and really get it, because he makes too many mistakes, and he's been in the league for quite a while now. So the mistakes he's been making is just ridiculous.
The one move that I only like so far from the whole season,
Malik Monk. Big facts. Malik Monk has been one of the only guys on that team that has been consistent. I mean, he has his games where he's not showing up, but for the most part.
But Malik Monk's not a guy we should depend on.
Right.
We should not be depending on getting 20 points from Malik Monk. Malik Monk's a guy we should get. All right, he'll knock down some open shots, and that's it.
Yeah. And defensively, they have not done shit. I just had to.
They're shitty off defense.
It's disgusting.
No defense.
Play better defense than them.
No defense.
It's bad. Before we move on to the next topic of the trade, what are your thoughts on Frank Vogel? Do you want to keep him? What are your thoughts going forward?
I'd keep him, just because I'm not gonna put all the blame on him. Like, yes, part of it is his thing, but I'm not like one of those gotta fire the coach to everything. The guy did win the championship a year and a half ago, so we can't just up him. And then I'm big on, like, with coaches, like, when you don't give them much to work with, and then you say, here, make it a defensive masterpiece team.
Yeah, it can't happen. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I think it, like you said, you gotta. Frank Vogel is a defensive-minded coach, and you didn't put.
And we gave him no defensive players.
Exactly. So it makes no sense. So
you gave him a 37-year-old Carmelo Anthony and say, here, make him play defense. Russ, make him play defense.
Right. So I don't think it's fair to give him the blame on that. I think he should get another try with another team. Not another team, another new players. Get, in the offseason,
new build.
Yeah, like you got to get some defensive players. I think that was dumb as hell for how they went at. But obviously, like you said, that's definitely on LeBron and Pelinka for making that move. Wasn't smart.
Talk about defense. You let one of the best defensive guards out there walk away in Caruso.
Now to the big blockbuster trade that everyone's talking about, that was supposedly not supposed to happen, but it happened, and I knew it would happen, because why would it not, with everything that's going around? And that is the James Harden to Philly for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and a bunch of other players. Same with Sixers are going to be getting what's his name? There you go, Millsap, and some draft picks. So, what are your thoughts on that trade? Who won?
Before I get into it, I love Kevin Durant's pettiness and not picking Harden in the All-Star draft. I love that. You didn't want to be a part of my team in the league. You think I'm gonna put you on my All-Star team? No.
Right.
To say who won this trade is kind of hard.
It is.
Because part of me doesn't think Harden's gonna coexist well with Embiid. Just because Embiid needs the ball a lot for a long time. And then you don't know what Simmons is going to be in Brooklyn.
Right.
But the only thing I don't like from Brooklyn is not getting Tybalt or Maxey. You had to get one.
Yep.
You had to.
I agree. I think that was big. I think that was big.
Nothing against Seth Curry. He's a good, role player and shooter. Drummond, he ain't going to really play in the playoffs.
Yeah. Nah.
The center doesn't play in the playoffs.
Exactly.
The only time you're going to play a center is when you play Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's facts.
The only thing if Simmons is definitely going to help Brooklyn on the defensive side.
For sure.
Because that length is going to be crazy when you got him, Durant, and what's that center that plays a lot?
Yeah.
That's length right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So and having him allows Kyrie to still play the 2 guard instead of the point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Simmons might succeed better in Brooklyn because he's gonna be surrounded by more shooting.
Exactly.
Really never surrounded him by them that shooting.
Yep. That's a
fact.
So
as of now, all right. So if I have to pick a winner, as of now, it looks like Philly wins the trade.
Yep.
But in the future, it could be Brooklyn because who's to say Harden likes it there and leaves?
Yeah, it's true.
And another thing that Harden picked there because he's cool with their owner and Meek Mill. Harden's a little bit of too much of a groupie to me with these rappers.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know you pick cities to play in based on the strip clubs. Everybody knows Harden's a strip club guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just never felt like Philly's good when it comes to building teams. And since it's Doc Rivers over there, I don't have no faith in Doc Rivers.
Right.
Doc Rivers put all that blame, which a lot of it was on Simmons' fault. But Doc Rivers hasn't been a championship coach since Boston. Let's stop giving him all that credit.
Do that. That's a big fact. I agree. I'm going with 76ers, but it could easily be the Nets as well because they've made some moves. If I'm honest, I'm still going to go with the Sixers, but I'm getting closer to the Nets are building on me a little bit. I'm starting to feel like it's more even on it because it's the Nets gained a player and Ben Simmons, who's hungry, who's been out for a while, who wants to play now finally, and got rid of a player who wasn't happy, who wasn't going to play hard for them, and all that. Awesome. Sixers, they get James Harden. I mean, regardless of what you want to say about the guy, and I don't like him personally as a person because I think he does a lot of corny shit outside of the basketball court.
Yeah, not a big fan of him.
But on the court, that motherfucker's a beast when he wants to be, which is another flaw of him because
that's another thing. Before you even say that, let's be honest. Y'all got rid of Simmons and who? Harden don't show up in the playoffs.
That's true too. That's definitely a problem.
We want to be serious. Even when he played against the Bucks, the Nets were in that series in the Bucks because of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, no question. And I mean, I'll give him a little bit of a break because he was injured most of that playoffs, but still, he still didn't show up. His history already shows that. But the reason why I'm giving the edge to the Sixers is because the Nets still have a problem. They still have Kyrie there. And not saying that Kyrie's a bad player. He's still a good player, but he's only half a player at this point because he can only play half the goddamn games. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens in these next few months as far as the vaccination mandate goes, because just as of today, they lifted the mask mandate out public places outside of school. Schools still have the mandate, but everywhere else, the mandate has been lifted. Now, next, they're thinking about lifting the vaccination mandate. Now, if that happens in time for the playoffs, the Nets are in a good fucking position because now you're going to get Kyrie for every home game going into the playoffs, which will be fucking huge for them. But if that does not happen, you're still stuck with just Ben Simmons and KD, which is obviously a great duo, but you're still going to be dealing with the fact that you don't have one of your best players.
That's not enough. That's not enough to beat Milwaukee or Miami.
Not enough. Or even Chicago. Chicago has been making some noise. And the way the
they're unproven. They're just unproven.
Right. But the Nets, my thing with the Nets is they just haven't looked like a good team this year. Even when KD was there. The games that they were winning, yes, they were in first place, but almost every game was close. They haven't, maybe I got to go back and look, but there's not too many big victories they have. Not too many blowout games or anything. Everything that they've gained so far, they've had to work for it. And they went from first.
They blew the Lakers out Christmas Day.
Huh?
They blew the Lakers out Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's obvious. Everyone's going to. The Lakers just lost to fucking Portland. The worst loss in decades. That was bad. That's a rebuild team. That's a fucking travel team, and they got smacked. But whatever. The Nets, the Sixers, I think, is in a good position with James Harden. I think James Harden will definitely play harder for them, knowing that he's never had a big man, James Harden. When you think about it, Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight, early years. Dwight was still Dwight.
But Dwight, I don't want to. Dwight wasn't Dwight.
Dwight was still a little Dwight. Early Houston years, Dwight was Dwight.
He was still Dwight.
Early Houston years.
See, for me, I can't compare.
Dwight started to dwindle down when they got Chris Paul.
His Orlando years were just ridiculous.
Of course,
like his Orlando years is what's going to get him in the Hall of Fame.
The only thing you say that too is, of course, the only thing with that though too is like that's another key thing.
Yeah,
Mr. Embiid doesn't stay healthy all year.
Yeah,
well, and he always breaks down right towards the end of the year.
Well, usually he breaks down during the year as well. And of course, by the end of the year, he's finished. So this year he's
he's like
amazing.
At the end of the year is when it kills him. Yeah, he doesn't get hurt at the end of last year. He wins the MVP.
Oh yeah, and he has a chance on doing it this year. So he's got to continue. Looks like he's been taking care of his body finally. He's not eating all of the bad shit like he was. Zion, start paying attention. Start getting your body right. Because then you're gonna have
his way to be a Knick.
What? Well, if he comes to be a Knick, he better fucking start eating right because we don't want him if that's gonna be the case.
Zion's forcing his way to be a Knick.
Well, he better force his way to lose some goddamn weight too. Goddamn it, we don't want an injured fucking Zion.
And Knick's got a fire tip.
Who's goods? We don't want that shit. So he better get his shit right before he decides to come to New York. God damn it. But yeah, I'm going with the 76ers. As of right now, I think they're going to be the better team. But like you said, the Nets can change that and become a very serious team. But before we move on and be done with this, I got to say that big three, Brooklyn Nets, might go down as one of the worst big threes to have ever been assembled because they did not accomplish shit. Obviously, they didn't get to play a lot together, but that's a part of it. That counts. So the fact that you guys were together and didn't do nothing and it turned out to be what it is, this might be one of the biggest big three busts in NBA history.
Yeah. The last one I could think of was, Kobe, Dwight, and Steve Nash. Oh my God.
I got a better one for you. How about LeBron James, AD, and Russell Westbrook? Because they've been doing it right the fuck now.
That's a big three? You think that's a big three?
It was supposed to be two of them actually haven't showed up. AD has been playing better lately. LeBron has been on another level.
AD's definitely been balling since he's came back from injury.
Come back, but before he came back, he was looking like pure garbage, and he's still shooting below 20% from three. And he's what?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Everybody, when they become a Laker, they forget how to shoot.
He used to shoot 80% from free throw. Now he's 1 for 4.
And he used to be able to hit threes. He can't even shoot threes anymore.
It's bad. It's bad. But yeah,
Get me off of basketball. Get me off of basketball.
But both of our teams suck. So the Knicks suck. So it is what it is. We both feeling that pain. It hurts more for me.
What a time for baseball to not be around. Jesus Christ.
Sheesh. It's
thank God this football playoffs have been good.
Yes, they have made it well worth watching.
All right, before we get off basketball, I have one thing.
Go ahead.
Hot take is not that hot of a hot take. Dame is gone in Portland this offseason.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think they're going to start moving towards building around Anthony Simon because he killed our asses last game. He lit our asses up in that second half, especially down the stretch with those big threes. But yeah, Dame, it's time. We told you, God damn it, Dame. We fucking told you, get out of Portland before it's too late. Get out of Portland. You had your chance to get out early. You wanted to be loyal. We respect it. But now look at the situation you're put in. So hopefully you rethink this. Maybe you want to call back Ron, be like, yo, remember when you asked about me coming over to South Central and playing for the Los Angeles Lakers? Yeah. Can I get that back? Can I get that back, Ron? Mm-hmm. Because everybody knows the Instagram photo when Will Smith is in the house by himself. That's Dame Lillard right now. Like, I stayed for you motherfuckers, and y'all going to just send them all. That's what happens when you
that shit needs to be what happens to Russ.
Exactly. So, lesson to all the fans: sometimes loyalty can come back and bite you in the ass. You got to know you're loyal. But I definitely want to give a shout out to Chauncey Billups. That was a great coaching job that he did against the Lakers that game. They were mic'd up.
Just rub it in.
I just have to because I'm a big fan of Chauncey Billups, and I do want to see him succeed.
Him? A big fan of him? Another guy who took a championship from us?
Well, yeah, I wasn't a fan at that time. Oh, yes, I was. I'm lying. I was a fan at that time. That's when Shaq was there and the boys. But yeah, it is. But
anyway, Super Bowl's this Sunday.
Super Bowl this Sunday. I hope each and every one of you guys enjoy it. Be safe. Be smart. Drink responsibly, and just have a good Super Bowl. E, you already know you're more than welcome to pull up.
Same for you. You know my crib's open.
You already know. You already know the vibes. Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Jones. E, Jones with the Sports. We make sports better. And if you didn't know, you better ask somebody.
Later.